Is it still morning? I don't think so. I think it's noon now. It is. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back into day 3 of the Eagles Nest Showcase. Game 1 this afternoon. We have the Santa Rosa Junior College Bears against the Idaho Vandals. Very intriguing matchup here. Gary Allen alongside me, as always. Gary, how are you?
I'm doing just great. It's just wonderful to be out here. Another day of fun-packed action hockey. What is this, game number 8?
Let's see. We had 2 Thursday. This is game 7.
Well, I was trying to throw you with that. See how
See
tough
it?
of the game you're on. You look like you're alert.
I'm alert. I'm on top of it. But all right, 2 teams here, Gary. We saw Idaho yesterday. Santa Rosa's played twice. I feel like whoever gets off to the fast start, because both teams have struggled to get off to fast starts, and that's what's kind of hindered them this weekend so far.
I think you hit that right on the head. I think who gets that first goal is going to have a leg up on them, because both squads, again, they fell behind each game so early they were having trouble get out of the hole. And so, yeah, that's very important.
Idaho brings it into the neutral zone here. Lovely little deke there. Swings it around the boards out in front. Blocked away by Santa Rosa. No icing is the call. Santa Rosa's picking it up in their own zone. Idaho picks his pocket. Here comes Navarro the other way. Leaves it off. Rister goes wide. Sent around the boards, and it's going to be back into the Idaho defensive zone.
You said Navarro's name quite a bit yesterday. He was all over the ice for Idaho. So I expect him to pick his game up like where he left off.
Yep, Navarro, was on his game. New netminer in for the Vandals today, I believe, in Chivers.
Yeah. And that's what I was trying to figure out, who was in the net for them today.
Yep, they got Chivers in net. I guess they're giving... I don't see Wehausen even dressed. So that's an interesting sign there.
That's really interesting, because Wehausen had a really stellar performance. So I'm not sure if they just decided to give him a break or what.
So a minute and a half here into this one.
Bras, he's going to get duty again today, and he got pepper. Right? He played so well yesterday. Unbelievable how well he played.
Could have been a lot worse yesterday. I think he was, close to the 50 save range last night against
I think he had a little bit more than that. I think it was close to 60.
Oh, my goodness.
If I remember. We're in the ballpark, 50 to 60. He just got peppered.
Black tries to make a move, deflects it down.
I know one thing, if we were giving stars out, he'd have got the number 1 star at least twice so far in this tournament.
Well, yeah, in game 1, came off the bench in that second period for Cornelius, and no warm up, no nothing. Came out head on a swivel and played extremely well against Wyoming.
And Cornelius is he's a fine goaltender. He really is. I don't know if they just decided to stick with Brajas now, but yeah, he was outstanding yesterday. Unbelievable.
Nope. You nailed it right on the head.
I'm trying to be on top of my game early. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on. That might be it, though, for me.
So, yeah, start fast, and then we're all going downhill from there.
So far, Santa Rosa, I've got their name correct all 3 times I said it right now, but I jinxed myself.
Big hit there by Brodeur in the neutral zone. Mid-garden shot goes pushed aside by Barajas. I almost said Minderman because we saw Minderman from Eastern last night.
We're picking up where we left off, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're drowning early. Shot there by Idaho. Barajas already. Idaho starting to dictate some play. Paulson's shot is blocked there.
They are. They're putting a lot of pressure on Santa Rosa for the start of this game, which bodes well for Idaho.
And we got to remember yesterday, after that slow start, Idaho went toe-to-toe with Utah Valley in that second and third period. It's just that 4-zip in the first period. Everything other than that, 3-3 the rest of the way, if I'm I believe. I don't remember the final score off the top of my head, but it was roughly close.
You're one step ahead of me because you're saying, do you remember that? And I was trying to remember all the games we did yesterday as well. Yeah.
Hey, I've had 2 games off out of the broadcast booth. You've done all 6 so far.
Yeah,
you're a workhorse.
Is that behind the scenes stuff you're putting in? That's the killer. But I also noticed Idaho, and we thought that yesterday they should have done more of that, but they're using the body a lot more right now than they did yesterday's game against Utah Valley.
Centering pass for Santa Rosa, picked off by the Vandals as they come back around, led by Black. Black, lovely little moves, top shelf, used the defender as a screen, little drag back to the wrister, beats Barajas on the glove side.
Black played outstanding for Idaho yesterday. We said his name a ton. I think he caught Barajas off guard on that one. I think Barajas thought he was going to go low, and Black did a nice job of putting in the top shelf, and he did that nice little slide deke he likes doing, and he wrapped up Santa Rosa's defenseman quite a bit on that play. Nice job by him.
And the one thing about Black, even though he's a defenseman, he is not afraid to just pick up the puck and go. I feel like he's been the tone setter for the Vandals so far in these now a little over a game and 5 minutes here. Black has it again. Lovely deke there. Black, he scored again already. 2 goals in the last minute 30. Ty Black on a hat trick already. Looking for it. Lovely move there. This went with the side deke and went this time on the stick side top shelf. Cowbells are ringing down here early with Ty Black already with the opening 2 goals. And not even 5 minutes here for the Vandals. Santa Rosa sends it up to Petrus as he's bringing it into the neutral zone. This is Toby. Remember, the Petrus brothers are usually play on the same line together. Toby Petrus has it behind, looking for a potential centering pass.
Yeah, Toby Petrus, again, he plays well with his brother, but he just constantly stands out when you watch him play. Very, very solid hockey player.
Oh, without question. And he's crafty. Look at it, like just right there. Lovely little hand-eye coordination.
And that's the perfect word for him, crafty. You're just not sure which way he's going to move, and even though he does, but man, he's smooth.
Centering pass to Brodeur. His shot's deflected out in front. Unable to corral it to Santa Rosa as Shivers made the first stop but had an opportunity. Brodeur has it again. This is going to be an offsides. That's called off, waved off here. Idaho has it, looking for a stretch pass. Here comes Midgarten the other way. His slap shot saved by Barajas.
Well, there's no question Idaho's got a jump start on their game right now in the first 6 minutes. They're playing extremely hard, and I don't know if they're catching Santa Rosa off guard or they may be wearing down a little bit, but they seem to be playing on their heels right now, and that I'm not used to seeing Santa Rosa do that.
Well, the one thing that has happened now in all 3 games is Santa Rosa has been caught off guard early, right? I think in every game so far, there's been a goal in the opening 5 minutes, and it's just a quick wake-up call to the opponent, and they usually haven't been able to recover so far in this showcase.
And I think it's hurting Santa Rosa, to be honest with you. Every game they've been behind, and it's been in the early stage of the period, and I don't think they can get set and do what they want to do because they're already in the hole within the first 3-4 minutes of the game. So I think these early leads are really hurting them again. Who gets it for them. I mean, I'd like to see how they play if they had the lead.
Right.
And see if they change any of the focus. Right now, they're going to have to go back into a defensive style just to slow down the bleeding.
Well, and I believe this is Santa Rosa's last game of the showcase, so I think for them right now, all bets are off. You got to just let the cuffs off and start playing.
So they're not playing any games tomorrow?
I believe so. I believe they're not playing tomorrow. That's correct.
So I know Cal wasn't.
Yeah, I believe both California schools aren't playing. Is that Black's hat trick? It is a hat trick for Ty Black. Lovely play there. He converts 3-0. How about a 6.5-minute hat trick?
He's a one-man wrecking crew, but they may want to look at Santa Rosa as shift goalies. I think Bras is just so tired. You can't face that many shots in 2 games and it doesn't wear on you. I'll be surprised if they don't make a shift. Maybe not the rest of this period, but in between periods, because Bras has just played lights out, and he's got to be wearing down. And so far, 2 of the goals, that's not like him.
Right.
Nothing against Black shooting or skill, but Bras, he just doesn't let in those kind of goals.
Blocked there by the Vandals as they're coming back. 3-on-1 opportunity now here. Rister saved by Barajas. Rebound out in front. Midgarden's unable to convert, and Barajas is able to smother it up.
See, just watching Barajas right now. He's scrambling in there, and that's so uncharacteristic of his style of play. Usually when the shot's gone, he stops. Very little rebounding. He's just such an outstanding goalie. I'm just not used to him seeing a little bit of struggle out of him right now.
Face off here, won by the Vandals. Sent around the board center. Rosa picks it up. Out towards Trot. Paulson's able to keep it in. He sends it into that pass shot's deflected wide. Shot there by Vidmar, and that's covered up by Barajas there.
Right now, you couldn't ask for anything better for your Vandals fan. They came out right out the get-go, using the body, had some really nice shots on Barajas. Idaho's playing really solid.
And extremely, almost identical to how they played in those last 2 periods against Utah Valley yesterday.
Yeah, they're attacking more, even more so than Utah Valley. They decided to go straight offense today, it looks like. But yeah, there's some similarities between that game.
Paulson has it up in the neutral zone as he brings it in for the Vandals. Goes around the boards. Barajas stops it there. Jonah Petrus is the one that sends it up the boards. Santa Rosa coming back the other way. Lovely little poke check there by Paulson. Miss Toby Petrus now has it.
Paulson played a strong game for the Vandals yesterday also.
Centering pass, just a last-second poke check there by Hagenbaugh. As that was Garrett who had a nice little run-in with the net down there.
Does it seem to you, Blaine? To me, it just looks like Santa Rosa is a step behind, a little bit,
without question,
a little bit slower than what we saw previously out of them.
I don't know if it's got to be a little bit of fatigue, I think, and then on top of they just haven't been able to. Idaho's came out fast, and they just haven't been able to match that intensity. Oh, great pass there. Zweber's shot. Good save out in front by Chivers.
Chivers made 2 saves on that. Weber initially got the shot, came back out to him, and he shot it again. Knight says a play not given any ground by the Idaho netminder.
Chivers covers it up on a nice little deflected pass there. But no, I think you're nailing it right on the head, Gary. Santa Rosa is just, it's so similar to the last game we had last night, right? With how Cal kind of came out so fast, so quick, got a couple goals, and Washington State couldn't end up matching that intensity and was almost, it felt like they were a couple steps behind too.
Yeah, they just didn't know what to do because of that start. That might jumpstart Santa Rosa now. They got a quick goal.
That was a great shot there by Brodeur as he gets on the board. Let's see if that sparks some life into Santa Rosa.
I think Chivers, it kind of fooled him. I think he wasn't expecting it to go in between the post and his pad. And nice job. We'll see what it does for Santa Rosa. Yeah, like when you watched Santa Rosa's last night game with the Eagles, they had more pop. They were jumping around a lot more than what I'm seeing right now. But so maybe this goal will spark some life into them.
Black has it for the Vandals. He looks for the pass out to Hagenbaugh. He tries to get in the neutral zone. Dumped back in by Santa Rosa.
There's no question you're going to have to plan for Black. He's constantly all over the place. He creates havoc everywhere he's at on that ice.
Well, you can already see that they've already made an adjustment. When he picks up the puck, they're flooding two guys towards him.
And that's smart. That really is. That might hurt you on some breakaways, but
a little chippiness already halfway through the first period.
Well, I think they're discussing a pizza order down at the Barrel House today. See which one they want to go with. There's getting to know each other. There's nothing wrong with that pre-order. Come on, Blaine. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I could go for some Barrel House right now for sure.
Yeah, they got a good pizza. They really do. Cal enjoyed them, I guess, last night. They were down there till almost 2. That's what I heard today when I was coming in. They must have really liked that pizza.
We were down there to just about 2 with them, yeah.
Oh, you were hanging out with them too?
Yeah, we were making sure that our John wasn't falling asleep back there waiting for us to get down there with Cal.
Now you're a trooper, man. You out there at 2 o'clock helping the squads out, and then to come up here and open the rink up early. Whoa.
Yeah, no, Travis and I didn't even think. We were just like, what time does Cal skate at? We were like 10. All right, and then we both showed up at 9. We didn't even tell each other when we were going to show up. Just like right on, like clockwork. We just know we got that second aura or whatever. Black brings it in there. Oh, a lovely move. Just a last second poke check by the Santa Rosa. As it's Sanders who's in the box for Santa Rosa here on this power play for the Vandals. Black's pass out in front. Garrett's shot gets deflected, and Santa Rosa is able to clear. Black retrieves it. Free-flowing game, though, halfway through this opening period.
It is. And I think that's because Santa Rosa got such a slow start. They weren't sure what they were doing, so now they're opening up a little bit more after that goal.
Paulson's wrister. Bras has that one. Centering pass towards Black. Black has it up by the circle. He swings it around. Garrett now has it. Garrett down to Paulson. Brodeur with a little poke check. Out in front. Goal for the Vandals. That is their 4th of the day. This time it is Gunnar Sackerson who gets in on the party.
I tell you, the kid that really helped on that and won't go in the scorebook is Navarra. He was playing havoc in front of Barajas, and he ended up having 2 Santa Rosa defensemen focus on him to try to move him out of the way, and that opened up the nice shot by the Vandals. But give Navarro credit on that one also. He did a lot of the dirty work down in front of Barajas.
Face off one by Idaho. Midgarden has this. He brings it in. Big hit there by Hagenbaugh. So Idaho. Paulson now has it. Looking for Midgarden. Brodeur meets Midgarden at center ice. Oh, that was
they're having a little disagreement on that hit.
Midgarden's definitely going into the box for that one.
Oh yeah, there's no question. He took that last swing.
It's always the last one that gets caught. We talked about that. We saw that numerous times yesterday. It's always that second person.
It is. And you figured if you played hockey for more than 1 year, you would realize that they're gonna get. There's a time to come back if you want. You just store it in your memory.
Out in front, Brodeur's shot was blocked. Peterson had an opportunity. Shivers blocks both of those. Out in front, that shot's deflected out of play. That was Vors. 8 minutes remaining here in the opening period.
Because I remember the coaches I had, they always reminded you, if you want to retaliate, make sure you do it later in the game where nobody's staring at it expecting the retaliations the second player in.
Oh, that was a great pass by Vors. Petrus' shot is deflected over and out of play. But yeah, that's every sport, right?
Pretty much, really. I mean, you think about it.
If you're gonna get and if you guys are having a respectful disagreement,
yes, a communication breakdown.
Yeah, disagreeing on if they want to Taco Bell or McDonald's,
that's right.
Make sure that you can talk about that later on in the argument.
You do it at a different time.
Swung around the boards there. Santa Rosa is unable to keep it in. Hagema brings it in, dumps it in. Barajas deflects it wide. Brodeur picks it up.
Bardero's played really well for Santa Rosa this weekend. He's been standing out. He's been throwing his body quite a lot in all 3 games.
Yeah, as their captain too for Santa Rosa. I feel like the game is dictated by how he's playing.
He definitely sets it up. But see, that's why you're the play-by-play. I did not realize he had the C on his sweater. So
shot there sent just wide.
Nothing's getting by you again, it looks like today. Blaine, you're on top of it.
Well, when you're doing the behind-the-scenes stuff, you better remember who is who. Trying to figure out 8 different teams. Picked up there by Idaho as they bring it right back in. A short-handed goal, wrister there. Sackerson again. That's his second now on the day. It's 5-1. A short-handed goal for the Vandals.
Tip your hat to him. He used the D-man from Santa Rosa as a screen. Barajas didn't pick it up until it was past him. Just by looking at Brian, I've seen Barajas play enough, and I'm used to how he moves, and he didn't see it at all. But again, that was a nice setup by the Vandals on using Santa Rosa against him as a screen. This game's kind of getting out of hand early a little bit right now. 5-1. That's Idaho's pumping some points today.
Now Black has a hat trick. Sackerson's looking for his now, and we're only a couple minutes, a lot of time still in the first period.
So now you look at Idaho; they're flooding 2 guys on top of the net on Barajas, and that's definitely creating havoc for Santa Rosa.
Just under 6 minutes remaining here. 5-1.
Right now, Barajas is on the pace to have 60 shots again on him.
Petrus has it. He's coming in with speed. Lovely little move there. That's got to be a penalty. Is this going to be a penalty shot?
No, they're going to give a hook. He was a little bit far outside. He was still in the circle when he got tagged, but
and that was a must hook by Black at that point. He was because he knew he was beat. It was done.
Yeah,
Petrus probably buries that.
Yeah, that's a good penalty. That's one a coach is going to write off. Yeah, that's a good penalty. We had to take that. So, but it's a good opportunity for Santa Rosa to try to sneak back into this game a little bit.
Brodeur has it for Santa Rosa. As they bring it back in. Vors has it out by the circle. Tries to bring it around. Tries to beat Shivers on the near post. Sends it a little wide. Back out to Brodeur at the blue line. He passed it around the boards. Out in front. A little bit of mayhem in front of Shivers' crease. opportunity in front. Chivers up to the challenge right there. Zweber with a backhanded opportunity.
That was an outstanding save by Chivers. On really, really nice job.
And I think Santa Rosa got away with a trip out in front there.
And they might have snuck one by. I think Idaho coaches aren't happy about it. They picked it up.
Shot there. Shivers sends it around.
Shivers standing tall for Idaho right now. He's doing really well. Even though he's only faced 8 shots, but there's been some quality chances by Santa Rosa, and he's helping the cause for the Vandals in their quick start.
Brodeur brings it around, tries to do a quick wrap around. That's an empty net opportunity. Goes wide. That was Zerby who thought he had one.
You know, Zerby wants that back because there was a wide open net.
Oh, yeah, he looked up to the sky as soon as he sent that one wide. He was like, how did I miss that? Zweber brings it back in for Santa Rosa. Hit there by Navari. Picked up by Idaho. Little battle in the neutral zone with Trott. Brodeur picks it up, and the black penalty is now over. Back to full strength for Idaho. 3:30 remaining in the opening period.
And you're correct, Blaine. The chippiness is picking up as this game wears on.
Big hit there by Garrett. And I think he's going into the box for that one.
I find it interesting that again, he blew up the Santa Rosa player, but it looked like a clean hit to me from my angle. But again, I'm not down there as close as the official or so. Well, I don't think Idaho can keep playing around with it again shorthanded. Sooner or later, Santa Rosa is going to get their game back on, and they're pretty dangerous when they have the man up.
Well, that's been, 3 penalties in the last about 7 or 8 minutes. It's felt like they've been a man down for most of the second half of the first period.
And right now with the Vandals, you don't want to wake up Santa Rosa. You have them in the right spot. So
here comes Black with speed.
Nice little 12 drag at the end to try to get that shot off. Santa Rosa D-man did a nice job of blocking it, but that was a nice play by Black.
Black picks Petrus' pocket. He sends it back in. Brodeur picks it up.
See, and that's that shiftiness you were talking about, Black, right there on that one. He just kind of went sideways, and the Santa Rosa player ended up hitting his own defenseman on that one.
Poke check there. Black has it. Gives it out to Navari as Navari brings it back in for the Vandals. Puts it on Barajas. Barajas covers it up.
Navarre and Black, they work extremely well together. You mentioned that earlier, but you just kind of watch them closely, and they feed off each other really well.
.225 remaining here. Santa Rosa brings it back in. Just under a minute remaining on the Santa Rosa power play. Zweber has it, tries to find his teammate. Paulson picks it up. Poke check there. Vidmar dumps it back in. Paulson gives chase. Santa Rosa brings it back the other way. Looking for Zerby. Zerby dumps it down. Vidmar has it. Zweber tries to poke check, but Vidmar's able to clear it all the way back down. 20 seconds remaining on the Garrett penalty. A fast-paced first period. Here comes Santa Rosa starting to probe. Vors has it up just past. Shots there by Shivers, saved. That's all the way back down as Jonah Petrus picks it up.
Santa Rosa is slowly getting into their style of play. They like that low high behind the net, and they're starting to do that more as the period wears on.
Vidmar's wristed. Shoulder save there by Barajas. Stick save there on another pass shot out in front. Dumped back in by Vors. He gives chase. A minute remaining. All right, Gary. About to wrap up this first period. Idaho's pretty much played flawless. What do you do if you're Santa Rosa?
I would say just what I was mentioned before. They're starting to wake up, getting more into their game. They like that low high behind the net play, and they started to pick that up. So if I was them, I'd still work on that, see if Idaho can slow them down on that one. That's really the only thing I think Santa Rosa really needs to look at doing. Maybe throw the body a little bit more, but I think they got down so quickly. I think it kind of stunned them, and now they're kind of waking up and playing more of their style.
I know we kind of mentioned Barajas kind of looked a little bit fatigued. Do you go to Cornelius and make that change?
Well, right now, Barajas is starting to look like he's settling in, too. I just think Idaho started off so fast that they caught Santa Rosa off guard on that one. So you might keep Barajas in. If he gives up a couple more, you might want to look at pulling him at that point.
All right, everybody. That is the end of the first period. University of Idaho 5, Santa Rosa Junior College 1.
Welcome back, hockey fans. The second annual Eagle Nest Showcase here in Cheney, Washington at the URC Center. Got a fine game going right now with Idaho winning over Santa Rosa Junior College 5-1. Idaho started off extremely quick, and I think they caught Santa Rosa a little off guard. I'm waiting for my play-by-play guy, Blaine Smith, who's doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, and that's sometimes he's delayed coming up on the booth, but that's all that work he does behind to make sure this showcase is what it is right now, which is outstanding.
You don't have to hype me up that much, Gary. It's okay.
Okay, I could start.
But I appreciate it.
You know, it's interesting you asked me in between periods what I thought Santa Rosa needs to do. I think that they need to get Toby Petrus, Boers, Brodeur, and Kopp going a little bit. I think, again, with that quick start by Idaho, has kind of stunted their game plan. But if they could get going, they could get back in this game. But hats off to Black, Navarra, Midgarden, Olsen. Shivers has played really strong in net. Idaho's just played really well so far.
No, they really have. That was first, I think it was 12 minutes was an absolute clinic.
Yeah.
Idaho really put on. Santa Rosa started to kind of find their game a little bit towards the end of that period. So let's see if they can pick that up and going into the second as Toby Petrus' shot goes high.
Yeah, they started to seem like they started to wake up a little bit, for lack of better words on that, but they were starting to go like behind the net, low high game that they really like doing. And I noticed in the last 2 minutes of the first period, they were really focusing on that. So that's why I'm thinking you're going to see an attack by Santa Rosa.
Looked like that was an offsides there. It's a full line change. One thing that I'm going to be fascinated with is that both of these teams have a smaller bench in comparison to most of the teams that are here this weekend. But I believe Idaho does have a game tomorrow. Santa Rosa doesn't. I want to see if Santa Rosa goes to a little bit of a longer maybe change and see if they're going to just put Petrus and Brodeur, like you said, out there longer and just ride your horses and see if they can get you back into this one.
Well, you might start double shifting. You got Petrus, you could double shift. Brodeur, you could easily double shift. Boers is another one. So that, besides longer shifts, I could see a double shift on some of these players to see if that'll jumpstart them.
Black has it for Idaho. Lovely move there. Toe drag into a deep. Here he comes trying to go for the wraparound. Stops on the dime. Centering pass. A couple of Vandals had an opportunity to get to that one. But Black just so smooth with the puck.
Yeah, when you pick that up, though, with Santa Rosa, what they started to do is shadow them with two players, and it'll be interesting if they go back to that. Nice hit by Brodeur on that one. He blew up the Vandal, which was Garrett, I think, this one. Oh, now Garrett came back and took a Santa Rosa player out. I think he took his anger out.
He took Trot out on that one. Back to Garrett now, and Garrett's wrister speared there by Santa Rosa.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting if Santa Rosa does that, pick up Black with two guys, see if that could slow him down. But he's so talented.
And our question was answered. Barajas did stay in net for the second period, so didn't make. Here comes Vors the other way. Vors' shot, great shoulder stop there by Shivers.
But he's a definite player for Santa Rosa. He needs to get going because when he is, he's tough.
Centering pass out in front. Shivers is able to cover.
Shivers, it's a good thing he's on his game because Santa Rosa put some serious heat on him for the last 30, 40 seconds. And he stood tall against him. But again, when I was talking about maybe a time for change goal, that was just to settle Barajas down. I think he got caught off guard with a quick start by the Vandals. He's such a good goalie. You don't want to pull him.
Right.
But just you might have thought about it for like 5-10 minutes to settle him in, but he definitely looked like he's on his game now.
Navarre brings it in for Idaho. Paulson's able to pick it up by the blue line. He swings it down to the opposite corner. Midgarden gives chase. Midgarden's able to pick it up. Centering pass towards Paulson. Paulson's shot from the blue line pushed aside by Barajas. Navarre now picks it up at the circle. He swings it around the boards. Zweber picks it up for Santa Rosa as they try to clear their lines. Midgarden's wrister out in front. Couple of opportunities. Idaho fans thought Navarre had a walk-in goal.
So did Navarre. He thought he had it in there too, so he kind of missed that open side of the net.
That's a couple of now opportunities where open nets by both squads now have been missed, and they're all both teams have now had their opportunity to look to the sky.
Maybe it's that side of the rink.
Must be a bounce there that no one sees.
But I tell you, we talk about Barajas quite a bit, but he's one of the best goalies I've seen this year. Plain and simple. And I'm talking about we've got that luxury of now seeing quite a few different teams, and that's how good of a goaltender he is.
Idaho comes away with it in the neutral zone, led by Hagenbaugh. He dumps it in. His wrister pushed aside by Barajas. Black has it now, pushes it around the boards. Back up to Vaughn. Vaughn's wrister from the circle. Hagenbaugh's unable to block Barajas' line of sight, and Barajas covers it up.
But again, you got to give kudos. I just love when teams will put someone in front of the netminder. I think that's part of the game that you got to have, especially if you have a great goaltender like Santa Rosa has.
Black picks it up in the neutral zone for Idaho. He brings it back in. Comes around. Brodeur lays the lumber. He loses his stick. Centering past to Vaughn. His shot pushed aside by Barajas with the pad save. Very similar to the opening period. Idaho continuing to pressure early on in the period. Vaughn brings it right back in for Idaho. Shot there. Barajas deflects out. Brodeur is able to clear it out in front of the crease. And back into the neutral zone as Black goes to pick it up. For Santa Rosa, you got to try and weather this Idaho storm.
What Idaho's done really well at the start of this period, they spread out, which is making Santa Rosa close back in. I don't think they want to play that style. Like they like the open ice, free flow hockey. But right now, Idaho's dictating what they're going to do.
Sakerson brings it the other way. He's poke checked off of it. Looks like Santa Rosa is trying to go to a 2-1-2.
I think they're trying to figure out any way to slow this down. They've altered a little bit. You're right. That time they were going to 2-1-2, but I've also noticed a 1-4 that they tried. I just think they're trying to figure out how can we slow the Vandals down a little bit and get back into our game.
Well, especially with how Idaho's pretty much owned the neutral zone in this one.
That's an understatement, Blaine. That is an understatement. They definitely owned it.
Their own in charge and tax, all that.
And some rent.
Exactly.
Because it is their zone.
Zuber brings it in. Wrister from the outside. Shivers pushes it aside. Deflected out of play.
But I keep getting this hunch if Santa Rosa can get back into a quick score here, that it might get them back into their game plan, because they're really trying hard that low-high game. Right now, the Vandals kind of shut that down, so it'll be interesting if they reverse it here pretty soon. But I think that next goal would really help Santa Rosa out tremendously.
Out in front of Shivers' net. Navari picks it up and clears it down. Deflected into the bench.
I sure like Navari's game. He's a slick hockey player. Not as shifty as Black, but real similar styles out of the two of them.
Vidmar sends it around the boards. Poke check there by Idaho as Petrus has to go back and pick it up. He swings it out towards Trot. Navari tries to dump it back in for Idaho. Brought around the boards by the Vandals. Big hit there by Petrus. Out to Hernandez. Navari is able to pick up the loose puck. Idaho continuing. Oh, miscue by Vidmar as Vors is going to beat everybody to the puck here. Looking for a potential centering pass. Just misses their target.
But again, they're going more and more behind that net, and they really like that style of play, and that's why I keep thinking Santa Rosa's getting closer to how they want to play.
Midgarden sings out to Vidmar. That shot's deflected. Hernandez picks it up for Santa Rosa. No, but you're right. They are starting to slowly but surely find their game. 3-on-1 opportunity here. Centering pass out in front. Shivers up to the challenge.
I think Santa Rosa will like that back. He led him on that pass just a little bit too much, and Shivers got his stick out on it and blocked the play.
One thing I have noticed a little bit, Idaho a little bit slower in the transition game in these last couple minutes.
And that it could be because Santa Rosa is trying to pick them up more in their zone when they're coming out. And because I think they can't figure out how to slow them down in the neutral zone. So they're picking them up sooner when Idaho's in their zone. And I think that's helping them. But you're right. They have slowed down a tad bit. But you notice they're not as spread out as they were in that first period.
Right. Black brings it right back in. Lovely couple moves there. Poked out to Trot. Now has it for Santa Rosa. Tries to find Brodeur. Pad stop there by Barajas. Shot was by Holmes. Holmes goes chase. Referee plays spoiler there. Kind of deflects the puck away from him. Black's able to keep it. Petrus picks Black's pocket. Black lays out and makes a block. Correcting his own mistake a little bit there.
Well, you notice Toby Petrus is picking up too where he left off his game, so he's coming around also. And with Barajas definitely on his game now, Santa Rosa can go ahead and start taking some risk because they know they got the goaltender that can really take care of them if there's an error.
And that'll be an icing on Santa Rosa. Halfway through the second period here. Score hasn't changed. It's 5-1. Fast second period, though. Not many stoppages so far.
No, they're both playing now really a freestyle game. But before I forget, I got to compliment you and Travis Allen for this showcase. It has run flawlessly, or at least from the outside looking in. You guys done an outstanding job, and it's hard to put on a tournament this big. Well done by both of you two, and your staff.
Well, we appreciate that. So I know we wanted to make sure that these kids felt rewarded to be able to come out here and giving them as many accommodations as possible. Give them that opportunity to come out and play some hockey. And
well, I know
our staff has been rock stars. So
well, you've gotten some nice compliments from some of the opposing teams. I've heard them talk in the lobby, and they have been very impressed with the way you guys set out here this weekend.
Shot there by Sackerson, covered up by Barajas. Nope, that's we're very glad to hear that for sure.
Well, the word is, and I don't remember the team, but they were talking about they cannot see why the Pac-8 doesn't hold that tournament here at the end of the year. And, you know, we've talked about that for a few years now, but That's nice to hear when other teams are saying it also. It's like, why don't we have it here? This is a great location for it.
And the Pac-8 tournament is 8 teams, and we've got an 8-team showcase.
We've got an injury here with
that's
Midgarden.
He's down a lot of pain.
And it looks like he got a stick in the stomach area because he went down hard. But he's back up. That's good to see because he's an outstanding hockey player.
Good catch by the officials, though, to stop play.
Well, you could tell that wasn't one of those injuries that he was faking it, for lack of better terminology. You could tell he was affected by it, but he's walking pretty well and right now on the bench. So he might have just caught that stick on that check that was happening on that, but good to see him moving around. But you're right with the Pac-8 tournament, 8 teams. I mean, this is a perfect rink for 8 to 10 teams to hold a tournament.
No, so if anybody that you're watching, if you guys have enjoyed what we've presented, pitch it to the Pac-8. Let's get a trend in for Eastern to be hosting this year.
Yeah, or if not this net, in the future. I mean, I think they're set for Seattle.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to shift, but there's no question the URC has to be looked at in the future to hold that tournament.
Black has it. Lets Petrus know you're not getting the puck off of me with a wrister, then it goes high.
That's the first time I saw how sturdy Black is. Petrus just came and ran him really well, and it's like he didn't even hit him. And I haven't seen that out of Black's game, so he's well-rounded.
Weaver dumps it in for Santa Rosa as they make a change. No, you're right. So that was something that Black this mostly showed off his flexibility and offensive prowess, not much of his physical style of play.
One thing Idaho's doing really well, they're not allowing San Jose to get on the board, and I think that's starting to take a little bit.
Santa Rosa, you botched it. You were doing so well.
Oh, yeah. I'm serious. I want San Jose up here. That's my problem. They should be here, but Santa Rosa, now you're kind of starting to see they're getting a little tired right now. They came out with some good energy in that period, and I can't believe I did it. Man, I was getting ready to toot my horn on that too.
I was ready to hype yourself up and say I made it the whole game, and
I'm just too big a fan.
7:25 mark of the second period.
I'm too big a fan of San Jose, I guess. I don't know.
You can blame me. You sit next to a former San Jose.
I didn't want to bring that up, but I thought that for a moment. It's like maybe it's you.
It's me. It's definitely me. Sackerson center pass. Paulson has it up in the slot, out towards Garrett. Nope. That's the one thing I came over from San Jose State, so that's probably what Gary's thinking.
Yeah, I can't even use that as an excuse, even though that would be a good one. That's just me. Just somehow I got Santa Rosa's.
We did have San Jose here, so
I don't know. I have no excuse.
You're gonna have the Santa Rosa faithful who's watching up in arms.
I think I need a sweater or something from them, as much as I've given them free advertisement this weekend.
I'll make a couple calls and send you some.
I was going to say, you might want to call some of your buddies. Like, look, you got a lot of airtime this last weekend because this guy can't keep anything straight, and he needs a sweater.
As Boris brings it back in for Santa Rosa with speed. Good poke check there by Idaho. Swung around the boards. Kept back in as they dump it down towards Petrus. Garrett picks it up. Out for Holmes. Holmes brings it in through the neutral zone. Brings it in for the Vandals. His little move there. Sackerson's unable to get a hold of it.
But doesn't it look like to you, though, that Santa Rosa is kind of slow?
It looks like both. Honestly, you could make the argument both teams are kind of running a little bit on E, but Santa Rosa for sure.
Well, I wonder if Idaho's not doing that by design, and they know they have a 4-goal lead, and
just kind of measuring when picking and choosing their spots.
Yeah, they're not taking gambles like they did in the first period. I mean, I think they're playing more of a controlled, methodical style, which eats up the clock really well for them. And so they may be shifting to that just for that reason.
Big hit there.
Yeah, they're going to get Brodeur. And again, that's a penalty that looked like a clean hit, and that was right in front of us.
Yep, it's going to be a delayed penalty here. Garrett picks it up. So now Shivers goes to take a quick seat as they take the man advantage here on the delayed penalty. Navari leaves it off to Garrett. Garrett's wrister. Barajas saves. Picked back up by Hagenbaugh. His centering pass, and that will be that for the penalty. And it's going to be Brodeur going into the box.
And I give the officials credit this weekend. They've done a nice job of calling this, but they were right in front of us. Did you think, Blaine, that looked like a really clean hit?
I want to see what they're calling there.
Looks like an interference.
I did not see that.
No, but again, the officials done well this weekend. I mean, they're on the ice and we're up here a little higher, but man, that was right in front of us. And I thought, wow, that was a nice hit.
It doesn't look like they're calling him on the hit then, I guess. But I didn't see an interference there either, so.
Oh.
Wrister there by Black goes wide. Idaho goes all the way down to pick it back up.
This is definitely not going to help Santa Rosa being a man down if they're having a little problem with some energy, because killing off those penalties will take it to you.
Garrett's bringing it the other way. Navari holds his run as Garrett brings it back into the Idaho offensive zone. Looking for a potential wraparound opportunity. Leaves it off to Black at the circle. Black brings it around. Centering pass to Navari. Barajas, two stops right there out in front. See, Navari cannot buy one. He's like, are you kidding me?
But Barajas is definitely on his game. He had a slow start the first 5 minutes, but as you can tell, he's definitely playing well. So now's the time to go ahead and take some gambles if you're Santa Rosa, because you know he's fully back into playing like he can.
Well, he's already about to be at the 30 save mark, so
yeah.
He's definitely picked it up a gear, finally found his groove. Black shot there, deflected out and wide. Hagenbaugh centers it.
Well, like we talked about, Blaine, in the first period, he's on pace again for 60 shots on him for this weekend, for this game, and that's what he's faced all weekend.
That's passed around the boards. Petrus is going to beat everybody to the puck. So he tries to hold it down and stall a little bit on this penalty kill.
That was extremely smart by Petrus on that one. He ate up about a good 10 seconds by doing what he did.
He was able to pin the puck up against the boards there and shield off the D-man of Idaho for sure. Petrus now continues to
he's doing it
pepper
again
and leave it in there. Only 20 seconds remaining as he killed at least by self-handedly 30 seconds of that power play.
Easily, yeah. The outstanding job by him. Very heads-up play.
Black brings it the other way for Idaho. He comes around, tries to make a move. Barajas with a last-second poke check there.
Barajas' stick broke, it looked like. Nope, that was someone else's stick. We got all kinds of debris on the ice right now. We have a glove out there. And
it's Weaver, and his stick is going to be going to unfortunately, to the recycling bin probably. Paulson has it up by the slot. His shot, Barajas smothers it.
I just really like watching him play net. Just how he directs his team, how he wants them to play, what he's seeing out there. He's so calm.
As Brodeur slowly makes his way back down as they've killed the penalty here. Hernandez tries to poke check it. Now Paulson has it up by the blue line. His wrister deflected. That looked like it hit the post. I couldn't tell it. Sackerson's wrister. Barajas catches that one. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the second period.
And I'm watching Idaho right now. I do think that's their design for this period right now. They're just more playing positional hockey to try to eat up some of the clock. They're not sending one or two players in front of the net like they did in the first period. I think they just are content right now to say, okay, we got a big enough lead. Let's just kind of eat up some of this clock and let's get out of here with a W.
No, I agree with that. Just based off of how they've kind of started to play, like how you mentioned, a controlled style. Shot there, saved again by Barajas. Garrett tries to bring it right back around. Sackerson now has it. Peters tries to push it off of him. Out to Navarre. His shot deflected. You can see every time now Navarre gets a shot, he's just like, is it gonna? He's almost like giving up that it's not going to go in at this point.
he's challenging himself. I think I can get by him. I know I can, but I was just watching Barajas again. Just an outstanding job of directing his defenseman on where some of the players were from Idaho. And to do that facing 38 shots, right. That's outstanding.
As Vors brings it the other way, first Santa Rosa goes for a wraparound poke check there. Peters picks up the leftovers. His shot saved by Shivers. Other Peters dumps it back down. Gotta make sure when both guys are on. That was Jonah who dumps it in between Jonah and Toby. Zwieber picks it up. 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. As Jonah Peters has it with Garrett tussling in the boards. No icing here. As Santa Rosa beats Vidmar to the puck. Peters now has it. Centering pass. That's Jonah Peters up by the circle. His shot saved by Shivers. Toby Peters' shot's deflected. Vors puts one out in front. Jonah Peters, Shivers again. Head on a swivel. Jonah Peters again. His shot's deflected wide. That was a great 1-2-3 counter punch there by Shivers, saying, hey, I'm the other goaltender in this one.
Yeah, it was a heck of a sequence by Santa Rosa right there. So much for we thought they were slowing down.
Toby Peters' shot's blocked. Just under a minute now in the second. And Jonah Peters' shot saved by Shivers as he's able to hold on to it.
Shivers done a heck of a job right now for Idaho. He's definitely hold them into this game. He's played really, really well. Yeah, another quick period, Blaine.
Free-flowing hockey, not many whistles. Okay, you're going into the third period. Not much. Both teams kind of probably toned it down a little bit, I would say, in the second period. I feel like you'll see Santa Rosa maybe just go for broke in this third period here, with this being their last 20 minutes of play. Sackerson, my goodness, a couple moves, and then Barajas covers it.
Sackerson went by 3 Santa Rosa players like they were just standing still. There were some nice moves by him.
Black makes a couple moves. There's going to be a penalty here.
But I think you're right. I think Idaho style right now, you'll see them come out in the third period doing this because they really want to eat up the clock. Santa Rosa, I'm with you. Go for it. This is your last game. Take some gambles. Open it up because, Peters is ready to go. I mean, he's really played well today. Zebri is, they got some very talented scorers. They just might as well just go for it. I'm with you on that one. Are they trying to go for a 4-minute because he drew blood? That's what Brodeur looks like he's trying to convince the officials of. But they didn't go for it.
This Black is going to be in the box. About 15 seconds. Shots deflected out of play.
Now, I know Black's had a strong game previously, but he has been dominant for Idaho today. He is all over the place.
And I mean, many people just associated, oh, he had a hat trick in the first like 5-6 minutes, but he's dictated how Idaho has really played today.
Yeah, there was some strong play by him to get that hat trick. That was not only fluke, but again, 40 shots. Barajas is on target for 60 shots again.
All right, everybody. The third period will be coming soon. Idaho 5, Santa Rosa Junior College 1.
Welcome back, hockey fans, for the third period between the game with University of Idaho Vandals and the Santa Rosa Junior Community College Hockey Club. It's been an interesting game, tale of two different periods. Santa Rosa seemed like they settled down in the second period, got on the board. It's 5-1 Idaho's favor, but Santa Rosa was definitely putting some pressure on Idaho toward the end. But I think if you noticed, Idaho is going to a more methodical, slow-down game. And I think that's mainly because they want to eat up some of the clock, put more pressure on Santa Rosa and see if they can get some mistakes out of Santa Rosa to try to get on the scoreboard. But I anticipate Idaho doing the same thing. My name is Gary Allen. I'm waiting for Blaine Spencer, the play-by-play gentleman who does a lot of stuff behind the scenes to make sure this showcase is running smoothly. And we're about ready to start, and the puck has dropped. Santa Rosa wins the draw. Drivers is in on top of it. Kicked it over Petros, and it's an offside hand pass. Very interesting contest. Idaho jumped out so quickly on Santa Rosa, and I think that set Santa Rosa back. They just weren't ready for that. Idaho got three very quick goals all within the first 7 minutes of that first period, and that set Santa Rosa back a little bit. But slowly but surely, Santa Rosa is getting back into this. And here comes Blaine Spencer right now, which he's all over this. I'm telling you, without his skill level, this tournament would not be going like as smoothly as it is.
What'd I miss? Oh, it's only 30 seconds. That's actually really good for me, honestly. Usually I'm like a minute and a half or 2 minutes already into the period. I'm way behind.
I was impressed. I was watching you run all the way, and it's like, man, that guy's all over this rink.
Well, I was actually going to be on time. And then I was like, I forgot something.
Some issues.
Yeah,
some
I was
issues
like,
back
great.
there.
I was like, great. I was ready. I was like, oh, and then now we're trying.
But like I was saying earlier, nice stop.
Shiver's been on his game.
He has, but that had to be Petros that shot
It was.
that. Yeah.
It was. That was Toby. Yeah.
But what I was saying, I think you're going to see Idaho stay in that same form that they did in the second period. Try to eat up the clock, play methodical position, traditional hockey, and put more pressure on Santa Rosa by doing that to try to get them back into the game.
It'll be fascinating to see. I know we kind of mentioned it with this being the last 20 minutes for Santa Rosa. I want to see what their energy level is going to be like in this third period, if they're going to go for broke or if they're going to go in waves.
You know, you would have to think they're going to go for broke, and they could do some quick line changes to keep the energy level up, but they're going to have to attack a lot quicker than what they're doing right now.
Petros brings it around. See probes. Great pass there. Rister from the outside. Save there as Black's penalty is just about to come to an end.
Chivers has played really well for Idaho. You know, with 21 shots on him, he's had a stellar game today.
Goaltenders. That's what the showcases of really, both of them that we've had. And it's not just the main netminer that they have in. We've seen multiple guys usually on every team in there, and they've all been extremely solid.
Yeah, so well, you look at Santa Rosa right now, they got Barajas, but they had
Cornelius back there.
And he had a really, really good outing with his first time. There's been some excellent net mining out of all teams this weekend.
Black brings it back the other way. His wrister goes wide. Man, he's got some zip on that shot. He's just a complete player.
He does not slow down whatsoever.
Deflected in. Black has it. Lovely spin there out to Garrett. What a pad leg save by Barajas. Garrett had to think that he had one.
Oh, no question about that. But that's how quick Barajas is. Lightning fast. But you're right. The Vandals they got to get that one's in. But that was a great play by Black.
That one right there. I'll give it. I know I did one last night. That's a dun-na-na. That was a Sports Center top 10 nominee.
I'm starting to think you want to go croaky. I didn't think that's
Hey, I'm
just how
gonna
you
start.
do it.
I'm gonna. No, Tyler Pisani. He does some of our stuff for the broadcasting as well. I'm gonna make sure that he sends that clip into ESPN tonight.
with you singing or the Braha save?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Braha save, and then we'll just clip in the da-na-na. Garrett has it. He brings it around the boards. Back up to Black. Black cruises around along the blue line. Nice in and out move there as he probes, tries to get it out in front. Braha smothers that one.
Black is so smooth on his transition from he was playing defense right there for a minute. It just did a nice job of gliding through the D of Santa Rosa, but I don't think Santa Rosa can keep this style up. Down 5-1 with 16:49 left. I think they have got to start taking some chances if they want to try to get in this game.
And especially last game, time to use the body. Go for broke with that. They've kind of dialed it back as Brodeur brings it in. Lovely move there. Nice deke, but Shivers was up to the backhand stop that with Brodeur's backhand wrister.
But also, you got to give credit to Paulson on that one because him and Brodeur are about the same size, and he did a nice job of getting his hip in there and actually lifting him off the ground. So Brodeur didn't get a clean shot, but Shivers did a great job of stopping it.
Santa Rosa keeps it in. Centering pass there deflected. Vaughn picks it up. Vandals come back the other way. Weaver has it in the neutral zone. Poke check there. Brodo retrieves it and tries to reset.
Weaver's had a good weekend, hasn't he? He's done real well for Santa Rosa.
Great pocket pick by Petrus there. Couple of moves. Lovely hand-eye coordination as he finds his teammate. Tried to go back to Petrus. He's unable to find the puck there. And every time when I'm watching Toby with the puck, it's crafty is always that word that comes to mind.
That's a great word to describe his play. Very, very good. And that's not derogatory. That's just a compliment.
Yeah.
He's just so smooth.
Smooth. He's got all the tools. Just makes it really easy, and he's easy on the eye to watch too.
Well, his IQ is sky high, and his hand-eye coordination is superb, and that's what really helps him too.
Dump back around the boards by Idaho. Garrett picks it up right there in the corner as he tries to probe his way around. Sackerson comes in to help him out. Hernandez comes away with it for Santa Rosa. Sackerson picks Hernandez's pocket. His shot. There's going to be a penalty here coming on Santa Rosa. Wrister out wide. That's pushed aside. Garrett picks it up. Shivers finally realizes and comes out of net for the delay penalty. Navari comes on as the extra man. Black now has it up in the slot. His shot is deflected wide. Comes out in front of the net there. Crazy ricochet.
That was an extremely strange bounce. You're right, though. Navari's got to be wondering, when am I going to get one in here? He's shooting from every angle now. And it's starting to wear on him a little bit. And he's a good hockey player. He's just having trouble getting in the net right now.
Barajas definitely has his number today.
Oh, yeah. But I'm with you, Blaine. Santa Rosa's got to do something different. They're playing in Idaho's hands right now, the style they're doing.
Navarre's wrister pad stop there. Garrett picks it up at the left circle. I don't know what you can do now because now you're on the penalty kill here with Jonah Petrus in the box.
Well, minus that, I'm talking about just how they've been playing this period.
True.
And Idaho's dictating what they're going to do. And take some gambles, do a long pass, see if you can soften them up a little bit, but try something different right now. Santa Rosa has the skill level of doing on offense. For whatever reason, they're just sitting back and playing the style Idaho wants them to play.
I know they used a lot of the stretch passes these first couple games. You haven't really seen that today.
Not at all, and that's what I was saying. Well,
Yeah.
they've changed. I'm not really understanding because they got nothing to lose now, 5-1.
There's a minute remaining on the Peaches power play, just under 14 minutes remaining in this one. Garrett brings it right back in for Idaho. He tries to dump it right on the boards. Hagenbaugh picks it up. Right back up the boards to Black. Black's pass out to Paulson. His wrister's blocked. And Santa Rosa's able to dump it down.
But did you notice what Garrett did on that? He had it in between the red and blue line. He just skated back and forth. He probably ate up at least a good 5-6 seconds by doing that, and he intentionally did that. Nice job by him, trying to set up his team to get an open shot.
Just some extra probing there by Garrett. Paulson has it out to Garrett there in the right circle. His wrister saved there by Barajas. Black picks it up behind the Santa Rosa net. He's looking for a potential pass. A chip shot pass in front. Now that was something that was cheeky there. Flicked it over the net, trying to get a couple of guys out in front of Barajas.
I think he was trying to go off of Barajas's back, and he wasn't buying it. Barajas, actually, if you looked at it, he looked over his shoulder waiting for him to do something, but that's how talented he is. He had a clue, okay, he's going to try some kind of trick play. And
here comes another Santa Rosa guy in the box. Looks like it's Zerby. You can't be having this when you're down significantly. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 for a couple seconds, and then another Idaho power play.
Yeah, that was a little scrum that was in front of Barajas on that one, but Santa Rosa's just hurting themselves with these penalties.
Paulson's shot, wrister from the slot, beats Barajas top shelf. Nothing he could do on that one. That was pinpoint accuracy.
Absolutely nothing. And I'll tell you right now, Garrett's the one that set that up. He ran interference right in front of Barajas before he took that shot. You know, that was an excellent shot. No, don't misunderstand me on Paulson, but Garrett's the one that set that up. He's not going to go on the scoreboard on that, on the score sheet, but he set that up. He took Barajas' focus away, and nice shot by Garrett up on top shelf.
6-1. Garrett's wrister covered by Barajas. That's now the 50th shot on goal that Barajas has faced today.
He's going to get that 60 mark.
Minute 50 remaining on the power play for Idaho. Paulson's wrister is blocked there by Vors. Petrus picks it up and dumps it down. Vors is able to pick it up. Lovely little move there, in and out move. Tries to find Petrus out in front and does, and he scores! A shorthanded goal by Santa Rosa. Toby Petrus with the finish.
So again, on that one, they went into attack mode. They did behind the net, which they really like to do. They cycle off it, and Petrus, you're not going to keep him off the board. He's just too outstanding. That was a nice job by Santa Rosa.
And that was all set up by Patrick Vors. Able to pick it up down there in the corner and then just continued to probe around the net like you mentioned. And then Petrus was able to deflect it past Shivers.
They love going behind the net, and that's how they set up their offensive attack, and it worked that time for them.
Here comes Black around with speed as he probes for Idaho. That's one lap. There goes his second lap. Man, it's just left and right. Centering past Vaughn's shots deflected.
That might have been one too many laps because he got a couple of his players out of position when they were set up initially.
He leaves it off to Navari. Navari's wrister. Black's deflection and scores. Navari got the initial one. Barajas corralled it. Black gets the scraps, and he's got his fourth of the day.
Navari's got to be happy with that one because that was a nice assist by him. But it's hard to slow Black down, as you can tell. And what he's doing by going around in that circle, he's trying to get Santa Rosa to chase him rather than staying in position. Santa Rosa did start to chase on him, and he got a wide open shot off that rebound.
as it's now 7-2 with 11:30 remaining, and Black right back in again. His shot goes wide there.
Maybe he wants a double hattie.
Oh, without question. You could see he's playing with a sense of urgency now. He can feel it. He knows that he's dictating play. Just like he's going with every move that he's got in his arsenal right now.
And again, it's what's interesting. You picked this up also earlier in the second period. Santa Rosa was using 2 guys on him to slow him down, and it was working, and now they stopped that attack.
Navarre picks it up for Idaho as he comes around. Wrap around pass. As Midvar goes down to pick up the loose puck. Poke check there by Santa Rosa in the neutral zone.
You know who Black reminds me of a lot is EWU's Kaiser Reed. They have a real similar style and their smoothness on the ice. They play extremely alike with each other. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that effortless speed, hand-eye coordination with the puck. A lot of tools in their bag that they can utilize from. As an opportunity might be here. Here comes Petrus once again, one-on-one with Shivers. He goes around, and I don't know if Shivers made the save there or if Petrus just missed it.
I think it hit the post, on the outside of the post on that one.
Roder's shot goes wide. Because Petrus, it looked like he had Shivers beat without question on that little in and out move.
He did. Shivers bit on that one deke on him. And, I think he hit the side of the net.
Out in front. Shivers is able to cover it up.
But Peters is another one that reminds you of Black and Kaiser. He's real smooth, and his hand-eye coordination top notch. Really a nice player. But it might be a little too late for Santa Rosa to get back in this game playing a conservative style.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Gary, it is too late. I know you're holding on to a little bit of hope for Santa Rosa, but 5 goals in 10 minutes is not impossible, but extremely unlikely. Just the way that Idaho's kind of dictated the game.
They're slowing down Santa Rosa quite a bit, and I was surprised. I thought after that goal they would open up.
And they really haven't at all. Kind of kept their shell in the entire time.
Yeah, not even close to opening up.
As Hagenbaugh picks it up, dumps it into the neutral zone here. Garrett's able to poke it back down. Roder's poke check. Navarre picks it up in the neutral zone, sends it back in. 8.5 minutes remaining in this one. And don't you fret, everybody. This is only game 1 of our 4-game slate today. Up next, we're going to be on the call again. We got Utah Valley and Gonzaga. Then I believe we have on top of that, we've got Eastern versus Wyoming. That'll be a fascinating one with how well Wyoming's looked in their opening 2 games.
And really how good the Eagles looked last night. That should be a whale of a hockey game.
And then in our nightcap, a rematch of last night's game of Cougars versus Cal.
Which you'll be back on that call too. So you got 3 out of 4 today, big fella.
Well, you're 4 for 4, so man, you are a workhorse.
I didn't say I was. You notice I didn't say I was smarter than you. You got it. You got the right.
Thanks. I made sure I got that mandatory break in because made sure that Tyler Pisani gets to call the Eastern game.
Yeah, no kidding. That guy's up there in Travis' Allen office in that nice, warm, cozy thing, just enjoying himself.
I really hope that they're listening to us.
So do I. He was. I know Pisani was listening because he was kept flashing on the camera. So I know he's up there listening to us hammering him.
As Vaughn has it for Idaho. A little under 7 minutes remaining here. as it's dumped back in by Santa Rosa. If you're the coaching staff of Santa Rosa, what do you take away out of the 3 games that you had this weekend?
I would really zero in on how well, when they were doing their low high behind the net game, was working in the 2 games. They got away from it today, but I would really focus on that and find out, why did we change? Was it their game plan coming in to do that? But they're definitely not playing wide open like they did the 2 previous games, and I would zero back on that. Because they had the offensive line to do that style for whatever reason, man. It could have been Idaho's quick start that set it off, but they're not playing like they did in the 2 previous games.
Right, and there's a frustration penalty by Santa Rosa. I believe that was Brodeur.
Yeah, that was a definite understatement. That's all that was. But again, you got to give Brodeur credit up there. He just went and talked to, I think it was Navari that he hit, and so that was good to see.
6:47 remaining here. Idaho will be on the power play.
Wonder if Mr. Black will be out there. I do not see him.
Mr. Black gets a little bit of a breather. Maybe the coaching staff said, all right, 4's enough for you, bud.
So Navari's out there, though.
Navari's like, I'm making sure I'm getting my chance to get 1.
The
Paulson
assist
has it at the slot.
The assist was great, but I got to get it in the net.
I need to get a goal. Flash out in front there. Paulson picks it up at the right circle, passes it back to Navari out in front. He's unable to corral it.
As well as Navari's played, he actually deserves a goal.
You would think, right? Petrus takes it off of Paulson out in front here. Shivers does a quick double take, make sure he's covered that one up, and he did.
He knew he definitely stopped it in the 5-hole, but he had to take that double check. Say, I don't feel the puck right now. Did that slide in on me?
Exactly.
But I like how subtly he did that. He didn't react real hard. He just kind of
he held it for a couple seconds. Like, I made the save, and then just made a final last-second check.
Now that's a confident goaltender there.
Still really intrigued on. I guess Wiehausen just didn't make the trip up today, up from Moscow. But
because he's not on the roster.
Yeah, we didn't see him even on the roster today. So I wonder if something happened. I don't know. There's a minute remaining here on the Brodeur penalty. 5:40 remaining in our first game of our Saturday Eagle Nest Showcase slate.
What is it? A quadruple header? Is that what you would call for the 4 games? What would you word that?
Yeah, because it's all back to back to back, right? And no breaks. So, yeah, quadruple header.
I'll tell you, if you got your ticket for this, a day pass, you definitely get your money's worth.
Lovely move by Petrus there, but Shiver is up to the challenge once again. Oh yeah, absolutely getting your money's worth for these day passes, or even just for the weekend pass.
Because there's been some solid hockey games in the last couple of days. Very, very good play.
Shot there is deflected. Oh, Black is back out there for Idaho. This is being brought back around by Chadwick. Shivers makes another solid save. 5 seconds remaining here on the Brodeur penalty.
Yeah, he's had a really solid game today for Idaho.
Face off won by Santa Rosa. They're able to keep it in. Santa Rosa back to full strength. Chadwick dumps it around back to Black. He comes away with the puck there. Back out to Zackerson as he brings it in for the Vandals. He's still looking for his third to get his hat trick. And here comes Petrus the other way. I got to hand it to Toby Petrus. I don't think he's taken a break since in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
And another thing about him, he doesn't quit. You know, nobody on the Santa Rosa team has, but he is constantly moving out there.
And as I say that, he's going off for a change.
Well, I mean, he's been out there a long time. He logs a lot of ice time for Santa Rosa.
Black brings it in. Jonah Peters with the check there in the boards. Black's able to pick it up as he continues to probe around the net. Great stick there by Santa Rosa. This is brought back out by Brodeur. He brings it in for Santa Rosa. 3.5 remaining in this one. He tries to beat Vidmar around. He comes all the way around to the circle. His shot's deflected wide. Picked up there by Hernandez. He dumps it right back to Brodeur. Flashes one out. Shivers is up to the challenge there. Brodeur once again. Navarre picks up the loose puck. And Brodeur, that's got to be a penalty. And you really goes over there to apologize, but felt like he kind of lined that one up a little bit.
Was that Navarre that he blew
Caught
up?
Navarre again, yeah.
But I'll tell you, that Brodeur is an outstanding hockey player. I caught him in the first game, and he's physical, but he has some nice offensive skills and defensive skills. He's an all-around hockey player, except he does get in the penalty box a little bit too much. But that's his physical style.
Yeah, definitely the enforcer on the Santa Rosa squad.
No question about that. Absolutely none.
3:12 remaining. Idaho will be on the power play once again. Sackerson has it. He swings it out to Garrett. Garrett has it at the circle. Backhanded wrister. Pad saved there by Barajas. Wrister there by Paulson out by the blue line. Saved once again.
There's number 60.
There it is. You called it. 60 shots. 50-plus saves. Sagerson brings it in. There's his hat trick. He's been looking for it. There it is. The hat's being waved by the bench.
Well, he did a nice job. He shot it off the top shoulder of Barajas, and it just went into the top shelf on that one.
But 7 goals, 4 by Black, 3 by Sackerson. A solid day for the Vandals, and it's 8-2.
Now I would say the game's over. I'm going with
now,
that one, but
you're gonna throw
now.
2:40 remaining. You're finally calling it.
Well, I know you were ahead of me on making that call, and that was a good call on your part, but
Vidmar flashes one out in front, deflected there by Hagenbond. Once again, a solid stop by Barajas.
I just want to give Barajas a star. I don't care. I mean, the guy has been unbelievable this weekend.
Garrett now has it. Behind, flashes it out in front. Loose puck still out in front of the crease, and Barajas finally is able to cover it up.
We got a little scrum going on here. And here comes Brodeur on the ice after a little scrum. So he's trying to make sure everything's calm.
2:20 remaining. All right, Gary, let's give a little bit of a preview of the next one. We got Utah Valley and Gonzaga. What do you want to see? Utah Valley's been quite impressive this weekend.
They've been extremely impressive. And I'll tell you right now, if I was Gonzaga, I would start on the get-go using the buddy.
Yeah.
They've got to use the body on Utah Valley. If not, they don't have the speed to keep up with that squad.
And Utah Valley, deep, extremely deep team. I know they had a couple, like these first 2 games, they've had 4 or 5 healthy scratches. That's just how deep of a squad they've got.
Yeah, so the Zags are definitely going to have to go with the body, and they're going to have to try to stretch them out. And that's how they're going to be able to play with them. If they don't do either one of those 2 or both, they're going to be in for a long day. And that's not anything against Gonzaga. I just watched Utah Valley so much. That's the only way you can play that squad.
Lovely play there. That was by Parker Jackson, able to stop Brodeur from making a move and getting a shot away. 1:20 remaining here.
That's no small feat to stop Brodeur. That was a nice play.
Chadwick gives chase, picks it up. Poke check there, sends it back into the neutral zone. 1 minute remaining here in this one. Petrus brings it in. Now Zwieber has it. Centering pass there. Petrus gets it, the deflected pass, blocked there by Holmes. Brodeur's shot blocked by Navari.
And you know Holmes felt that because Petrus got a full windup on that shot.
40 seconds remaining here. Black has the puck. Gives it to Garrett. Garrett comes the other way. Lovely little deke there, coming right back. He's got it at the left circle. He's looking for a pass. Finds Black, unable to finally corral it at the last second. He flashes it back out in front, deflected back to him. 20 seconds. Black looking for Navari. Unable to find him. Brodeur comes away with it. Just a handful of seconds remaining here in this one. Sent down by Santa Rosa into the neutral zone, and that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. A dominant performance by the Idaho Vandals as they take this one 8-2. Gary, we get a quick break, and then we're right back at it.
That's right. We'll be ready. See you in a few minutes.